Guys in their prime, two guys full of confidence, two guys never to suffer a defeat. They believe they can win, and that's when you're going to get a great.
I think Jaron Ennis is one of the best pound-for-pound talents, and he has the ability to be great on one night, but he also gets hit. It's interesting to see how he's going to react when he does get hit by Zayas, but I got to favor the Philadelphian. I got to favor Boots.
Like, he has really good boxing skills, but he doesn't deploy them primarily defensively. He employs them in order to hurt you. With responsible defense, recognizing when you're aggressive, you're going to get clipped sometimes.
He is going to get his offense in no matter what. That's what he's about.
With Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas on a collision course, boxing experts are making their predictions for a showdown that could establish the division's next dominant star. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn is convinced Ennis has far more to offer than what fans have seen so far. As the fight approaches, he believes Ennis is carrying the mindset of a fighter ready to dominate and make a statement. Hearn argues that elite opposition is what unlocks the best version of Ennis, pointing to his recent standout performances as proof.
The way Boots is talking, I mean, like, he's telling me I'm going to take this kid to pieces on June 27th. And I'm telling you as well, there are so many more levels to Jerron Ennis that you guys haven't even seen yet. You need a great fighter to bring it out of you. Stanionis brought that out a little bit because I thought that was an incredible performance. That was number 1 v number 2. That was supposed to be a real tough fight. It was an absolute one-sided beatdown.
Meantime, Roy Jones Jr. believes Ennis is embracing the kind of challenge that can elevate a fighter's reputation. He respects Ennis's willingness to face a dangerous and ambitious opponent rather than taking an easier route. Jones expects the matchup with Zayas to be a high-stakes showdown between two competitors eager to make a statement.
Boots, on the other hand, is looking for that coming-out party type fight. So he got to fight somebody at this point. And because he couldn't get A, he went to B. And I like that about Boots because Boots saying, I want all the smoke. If this one won't take me, I'll go find the next one. Since he couldn't make the fight with Ortiz, he made the fight with Xander. This is what you want to see. This is a barn burner, I think. May the best man win. But
continuing the discussion, Kenny Ellis argues that Ennis and Zayas are delivering the kind of matchup boxing needs because both men are willing to risk everything against a dangerous opponent. He sees a genuine knockout threat on both sides, which is why he considers it a potential fight of the year contender. Ellis expects the action to remain tense from start to finish, with one mistake capable of changing everything.
You said fight of the year. Xander Zayas, Jerron Boots, Ennis, June 27th. Why? Why you said fight of the year? Why you see? What do you see now?
They both putting the egg on the line, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
They both putting their egg on the line, and they both can punch pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to happen. It ain't going 12 rounds without nothing explosive because both of them can pop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Adding another perspective, Richard Torres Jr. gives Zayas the edge in his showdown with Ennis. He believes many fans are overlooking the unified champion and not giving him enough credit heading into the fight. Torres highlights Zayas' championship success and strong work ethic as reasons he remains a dangerous opponent. While he respects Ennis's talent, he feels Zayas is being underestimated.
A bit more Boots Ennis and Xander Zayas are fighting June 27th in New York. Who do you think is going to win that?
I'm Team Xander. You know, I grew up in the amateur with him, and I think a lot of people are underestimating who Xander is as a fighter. He's a 2-belt world champion, and he's a hard worker. He does his thing, and I know Boots is a great fighter, but I really think people are underplaying Xander's capabilities, and I'm going Team Xander.
Furthermore, Richard Torres Jr. believes Zayas has the tools to make the fight far more competitive than many expect. He feels Zayas can improve his activity and use his ring IQ to take greater control of the action. Torres also sees size as a potential advantage if Zayas is able to apply steady pressure. In his view, those factors could force a very different fight than most people are predicting.
I think Xander's punch output can be a little bit better, and Xander's just ring generalship can kind of dictate that fight a little bit more. And if he asserts his pressure and asserts his size, I think he's a bigger fighter than Boots as well. Then I think it would be a different fight than what people are thinking.
Meanwhile, Andre Andre Ward suggests this fight could reveal a lot about both fighters. He feels Ennis has occasionally left openings that a top opponent might be able to exploit, making this a more intriguing test than some expect. Ward sees a victory for Zayas as a potential career-changing moment. On the other hand, a convincing win from Ennis would further strengthen his reputation as one of the sport's elite fighters.
But the question or concern that I have for Boots is Boots has had his way so much that I don't always see Boots, even though he does have skill defensively, he doesn't always use it. I see Boots sometimes get hit with clean flush shots, and I'll see him get hit in a fight with a repeated shot. And my boxing brain says, you took that shot against this guy, what if you get hit with that same shot against that guy? So those are my initial concerns about the fight for both guys. But if it is the right time for Xander, and he's able to pull this off and beat Boots on points, or somehow hurt Boots and stop Boots and put on a great performance, Puerto Rico has their next great star. And if Jerron "Boots" Ennis is able to deal with Xander Zayas and stop him and dominate him, it's gonna prove a lot of what we've already seen and know about Boots, is that he has it, and he just needed the opportunity to prove it. So,
expanding his thoughts, Ronnie Shields expects a highly competitive matchup between Ennis and Zayas. While he gives Ennis the slight advantage due to the higher level of opposition he has already faced, he believes Zayas has the talent and ability to make the fight far closer than many expect. Shields warns against overlooking the young champion, arguing that a strong performance on the fight night could completely change the outcome.
Truly, it's going to be a great fight. Boots has all the skills in the world. He can fight orthodox or southpaw. But Xander can really fight. I mean, this guy is not world champion for nothing. He's a world champion for a reason. And, you know, and I know Boots is not going to take this lightly. But, you know, I give the edge to Boots just because of the guys he's fought already. But you can't close your eyes on Xander, because this kid can really go. And, you know, if you catch him on a good night, he can upset Boots.
Despite those concerns, Calvin Ford leans toward Ennis in what he expects to be a highly competitive fight. He believes both fighters have the skills to make it a fascinating matchup, but he gives Ennis the edge based on his experience and what he has seen from him in camp. Ford also expects the tactical decisions made between rounds to play a major role in determining the outcome.
Well, there's a fight next week against Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas.
That's a good one, too.
How do you see that one? Yeah, break that one down.
Well, you know I'm going to go with Boots. Boots, he's been in the game. Again, this is a tough opponent for Boots, tough opponent for him. Again, just like the little guy that I'm fighting, it's a tough fight. It's something that everybody going to sit down and watch, you know, and it's that fight, I can't wait to watch it, because you're going to learn a lot from it. It's the battle with the corners with that fight, you know what I'm saying? Both of them young. Both of them got skills, but I got Boots doing his thing. I've been in their camp watching him. He's
building on that point. Keith Thurman believes the championship rounds are a possible turning point in Ennis's favor. He trusts Ennis's ability to maintain a high work rate over 12 rounds and has yet to see signs of him fading against top opposition. Thurman questions whether Zayas can match that same pace from start to finish, warning that any drop-off could become costly. If that happens, he sees Ennis gradually taking over and potentially forcing a late finish.
But I really think the factor of 12 rounds is going to be this word called conditioning. If Xander Zayas lacks conditioning, then I haven't seen Boots lack conditioning at this level. So if he lacks conditioning, that's going to open up the door for the pressure to, you know, get put on, and maybe potential 7th, 8th round, 9th round stoppage or something of that nature. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Keith Thurman is unconvinced that Zayas has shown the kind of finishing ability needed to stop top-level opponents consistently. By contrast, he sees Ennis as a fighter capable of turning a breakthrough moment into a decisive finish. That difference is why Thurman believes Ennis would be the more likely man to score a stoppage.
Do you feel like that fight goes the distance?
Depends. You know, if anyone's stopping anybody, it's Bootsing, you know what I'm saying? Because once he gets you, he smells the blood in the water, and he's like a piranha. He's gonna go for the kill shot. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Xander Zayas, and the little bit that I've seen, I don't think he's that killer of a striker. You know, I don't. From what I've seen, I didn't see the killer striker.
Andre Rozier leans toward Ennis because he believes the champion has reached a level that is extremely difficult for any opponent to overcome. While he respects Zayas and acknowledges his potential, he sees Ennis as the more proven and complete fighter at this stage of their careers. Rozier remains curious to see how Zayas responds to the challenge, but he ultimately gives Ennis the edge going into the matchup.
Listen, I've been in camp with Boots. I've seen him since he was a young man. He's just progressed amazingly. He has fast hands. He has wonderful angles. He's ambidextrous. He can punch. It's a lot to ask anyone to supersede, and I don't see that happening. I think it's just a bit too much. And I want to see what Xander brings to the table, because he's a wonderful young man, and I like him a lot, but boxing is boxing. I have to call it like it is.
Furthermore, Greg Hackett gives Ennis a clear advantage in the matchup, viewing it as a significant step up for Zayas despite his success as a young champion. He argues that much of Zayas' early career was spent developing and gaining experience rather than facing challenges of this magnitude. While he acknowledges Zayas' accomplishments, Hackett believes this is a completely different level of test.
Yeah, I got it like an 80-20 because it's just like Xander is. Well, see, what people fail to realize, Xander turned pro as a kid. You know, he was still a teen. Yeah, he was still a teenager. So it's like a lot of those fights early is for him to do exactly what he was doing, just work. But now it's like, all right, you stepping it up, you champion, but now it's like, oh, we got to fight. Now we talking about a fight. You know what I mean? So. I don't know, man. I think it's just his inexperience as far as fights like this. This is a hell of a fight to be in after becoming unified champion. But I respect Xander.
The difference in proven competition is what Raul Marquez views as the biggest factor in this matchup. While he respects what Zayas has accomplished to reach this stage, he believes Ennis has already been tested against a much higher caliber of opposition. Marquez is also convinced that Ennis possesses a more versatile and complete skill set, allowing him to create problems in multiple ways. Because of that, he expects Ennis to operate at a level Zayas has not yet encountered.
I mean, I think, you know, Xander Zayas, he's a good fighter. He's Puerto Rican. He's done what you have to do to get to this point, but he hasn't fought the level of opposition that Bouts Ennis has fought. Bouts Ennis has fought better competition. I remember covering him when I was on Showbox on Showtime. I was very impressed by his style, the way he changes levels, the way he changes stance, you know, from different angles. He's hitting from here, he's hitting from there, he's there, he's in and out. His combination punching, when he sits down on his shots, he's got power. I think he's just another level. I think it's an easy fight. I think it's an easy fight.
Zab Judah believes Zayas has the style to make things uncomfortable for Ennis, but only if he closes the distance and fights on the inside. He argues that trying to outbox Ennis from range would be a mistake because of the champion's reach and movement. Judah sees pressure and close range work as Zayas' best chance of success. Even so, he still gives Ennis the edge due to his physical advantages and versatility.
I mean, listen, Xander's style can expose Bouts, but Xander is able to stand there and crack. If he can crack and he boom, 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 and knock Bouts out, then yeah. But Bouts' arms is too long to box for them. He too long to box for. If you go boxing for boxing skills, Xander got to be in his chest right here and working on him, Mills. You know that. All that outside shit.
Xander's the biggest he's the bigger guy.
He's not gonna beat Bouts outside. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah.
He's gonna make him like cat food on the outside, Mills. Watch.
Cat food, huh?
What? Do you see Jerron? See how long his arms are, how he be moving it? Xander's still right here. He's still right here. Look, this is Xander. I mean, I like him, but he's still here. Bouts is...
Moreover, Regis Prograis views both fighters as having the tools to beat one another, making it one of the most evenly matched fights on the schedule. He sees Zayas as a legitimate threat who can create difficult moments for Ennis throughout the contest. However, Prograis ultimately backs Ennis for his complete skill set, athleticism, durability, and adaptability. Those advantages make Ennis his pick in a fight he expects to be highly competitive.
But what people are really starting to get excited for is June 27th in Brooklyn with Xander Zayas and Boots.
I knew you about to say that. Yeah, that's a good. I think both of them got the style to beat each other. To be honest, I think both of them. But I can't not rock with the Boots. You know what I'm saying? I think Boots for me. I got Boots, bro. Boots is a real good fighter. Boots is good feet work, good head movement. He can take a punch, strong, big, fast. You know, it's hard to beat somebody like that, but I think Xander Zayas, he could give him problems, but for me, I still would go with Boots.
Regis Prograis does not expect the fight to go the distance. He believes both Ennis and Zayas possess the power to end the contest at any moment, making it a dangerous matchup for both men. While he acknowledges Zayas' punching ability, Prograis ultimately leans toward Ennis to be the fighter who gets the stoppage. He expects a high-risk fight where power could decide the outcome before the final bell.
You think the fight goes the distance?
No, I think somebody does get stopped. I think both of them can stop each other. Both of them have enough powers to stop each other. For me, I told you I go with Boots, so I think Boots can be able to stop him, but Xander Zayas has a lot of power also, so I think they both can stop each other, but for me, I don't think it does go distance. I think I will go with Boots.
Still, Tiger Johnson believes Ennis and Zayas will deliver a much tougher fight than many people expect. He points to the size and physical strength of both fighters as reasons the matchup could be highly competitive. Johnson anticipates an intense battle with neither man looking to take a step back. In his view, fans should expect a hard-fought showdown rather than a one-sided performance.
I mean, I think it's going to be a way better fight than people is giving it. You know what I mean? I think, Xander kind of a big dude, too. Yeah. Boots is real strong as well, so, yeah, he kind of a big dude. But, man, I think it's going to be a war, in my opinion. I think they're going to bang it out.
Demetrius Andrade backs Ennis to come through in a competitive fight with Zayas. He believes Ennis possesses too many advantages in athleticism, timing, and overall ability for those qualities not to become a factor. Andrade expects those strengths to separate Ennis from his opponent as the fight wears on. While he respects what Zayas brings to the table, he sees Ennis gradually taking control.
Who wins that fight, boo-boo?
Yeah, I'm Team Boots, so I believe he's going to pull it off. Like I said, I think he has every attribute to win, skill level. There ain't no pushover either. There ain't no pushover fight, but I believe that he has what it takes to, close the gap in the later round of the fight. Because I think just the speed, the skill, his explosiveness, and being able to he got good reflexes, that kid. So he's springy, so it's really nice to see that.
With fight night drawing closer, the debate surrounding Ennis and Zayas continues to intensify. Supporters of Zayas believe his youth, confidence, and championship pedigree give him a real chance to pull off a career-defining victory. Others point to Ennis's experience against elite competition, his adaptability, and his all-around skill set as reasons why he enters the fight as the favorite. Now we want to hear from you. Who leaves the ring with the win on June 27th? Can Zayas rise to the occasion and deliver the biggest victory of his career? Or will Ennis prove he's operating on a different level? Share your prediction in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing news, analysis, and fight coverage.